The extortion of rappers has been something happening for the past 20 years, as local street figures and thugs have been using their one-sided affiliation posed as a friendship to slime out other rappers in an extortion plot. But what happens when a 20-year-old NBA Youngboy refuses to back down to a hip-hop OG who pretty much controls the Houston criminal underworld? Well, let's see. Now, Jay Prince has been viewed as the hip-hop boogeyman of Houston, who popularized the organization Mob Ties that will pretty much drop a body under his command all out of Houston. Now, Mob Ties is probably something you heard before because of Drake has mentioned a handful of times in his songs, but this story today is about how hip-hop OG had Youngin steal from Youngboy's Houston mansion, allowing for him to come in as a Superman, forcing Youngboy to pay him back in some way, shape, or form, which is extortion. In June of 2020, NBA Youngboy had moved to Houston, Texas. Now, as a rich rapper like YB, he had a McLaren GT and a Rolls-Royce truck, which, as you know, comes with the Rolls-Royce umbrellas. But coincidentally around that time, a few teenagers broke into Youngboy's crib, house that he had just moved into, which was pretty strange. Now, not only did they break into his house, they broke into his garage, recording themselves stealing the keys, but they didn't take the car, which made it even more weird.
Big Youngboy shit, man. And Youngboy shit. And Youngboy shit, taking his shit, nigga.
This Youngboy shit for real. Oh man. Y'all keep playing him, Youngboy. This really his house, bro. We really back here, bro.
Hey, YB, nigga. Fuck your crib, nigga. We coming for all that shit. On the guys. We taking everything, bitch.
They ain't even have shit in my cars. They probably have $20 in the things, or each one of them or something. Then you gonna record that you break it into stuff, but you gotta be smarter than that, man.
So especially after the keys were stolen, Jay Prince would make a public video post on Instagram, which almost some of Youngboy would seem like an extortion plot. Now let me explain why this is an extortion plot. Now, extortion isn't a plain, I steal from you, come get your money, like it's a ransom. Extortion is almost like in a friendly sense of, oh, I found the youngsters that stole from you, but really I sent those youngsters out to even steal in the first place. If you look at the video that's coming up next, he was with the boxer Shakur Stevenson, and he had an upcoming birthday weekend coming up where he was obviously going to be lit and have a lot of rappers in town, and who better to have than NBA Youngboy, the most lit rapper out of BR. Now, the way how extortion works is, extortion is almost like that friend in the gym class who steals your phone and helps you look for it, and here's what I mean. Now, what Jay Prince essentially was doing it from the looks of it, I mean, sure, people might say I'm hating, but it looked like a damn mirror, is that he had people run into YB's crib to steal from him, and then almost made a video saying, hey, I found the people that did it, even though it happened like 3 hours ago, which also made it feel a bit strange. And then the fact that he had Shakur Stevenson with him, who's a professional boxer, it's almost like, hey, I got your keys, you know, come hang with my young boxer who's going to be at the clubs. And it's like, that's how you get intertwined in the plot. And here's what, you know, Youngboy and Jay Prince had to say from the video.
The little homie Youngboy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things. And, you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, Youngboy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that shit that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
You got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, you got your keys, you got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro, get your shit back, bro.
I'm not the first to say, I'm not the last to say, Jay Prince was clearly looking to extort NBA Youngboy by doing him a friendly favor and wanting him to be locked with Mob Ties. Now, if you're familiar with Houston, Mob Ties was the same group that 6ix9ine pretty much, you know, had a serious run-in with because he came to Jay Prince performance for one of the Suns and came late, and they pretty much wanted to make an example out of him because, you know, they run Houston. Now, I feel like in this whole situation, it was friendly extortion because Youngboy's a lit rapper. You know, you might want Youngboy to appear at a club for Shakur Stevenson. Then you might want Youngboy to do a feature for, you know, another rap artist because Jay Prince is a hip-hop exec. He has a record label called Rap A Lot, which was hot in the 80s. It's 2025, they're not hot now, but he still has prominence and relevance in hip-hop media, so a lot of people do respect him. But the fact that something was stolen, and coincidentally, Shakur Stevenson has a birthday party coming up the next week, it's almost like, oh, well, you know, we got you back your keys, so just do us a favor and perform for free at his birthday party. Now you're going to have to do songs with some upcoming artists, and now you're going to have to do this, and before you know, you're too deep in a cycle of things you did for free that you can't say no because they technically did protect you. It's almost like if you watch the 40 Laws of Power, should I say read the 40 Laws of Power, it's like despise the free lunch. Anything someone does for free comes with a hidden obligation, and this is a prime example of that.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy ass shit, hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no fucking publicity. None of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on them keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your fucking business, man.
Now, Youngboy is very mad at Jay Prince because Jay Prince was essentially portraying himself as this good Samaritan who only wanted the best for YB and was doing him a genuine favor, when it seemed like in reality, he wanted to have dirt done on YB so he could be the good person to clean it off and get good with YB, because before then, he really had no prior connection. Yes, he knew Birdman, but Birdman and YB weren't on the best of terms, essentially. So he never really had a good connect to Youngboy. And considering that Youngboy was living in his city, someone doing a crime and me being the person to make it clean and bring you back your stuff, was the perfect look to make him look like a saint. Now, Jay Prince and Torby had this great reputation of being the guy in Houston who pretty much would squash all beef with anyone. You know, we saw what happened with Kanye and Drake when they were beefing over Kim a couple years ago. And Jay Prince had Kanye come to Toronto and took a picture right outside Drake's house. And they even did a free Larry Hoover concert right after. What's funny is that coincidentally a couple years later, Jay Prince would also link with Birdman, which I kind of feel like this was, you know, Birdman was the middleman because Youngboy wouldn't have linked with Jay Prince. That he linked up with Birdman, Youngboy, and Jay Prince as they almost had like a little peace treaty when Youngboy released a song in 2023 at the Industry, where he pretty much dissed Drake because, you know, Drake essentially told him that, yo, I like you like your music, you're really talented, but I can't do music with you because I'm good friends with Lil Durk. A topic that pretty much connects to my last video where I talked about the NBA Youngboy diss that started a whole rap war, and where 21 Savage spoke on how a lot of rappers, essentially, you don't have to pick a side, and for a lot of people, Durk seems like the more beneficial artist to be friends with because, listen, Durk isn't in a lot of legal trouble. Well, I'm saying that now when he's facing a murder for hire charge, but prior to that, Durk wasn't in a lot of legal trouble, a couple gun charges, but nothing as serious as YB, and it was really beneficial for a lot of people's career. But Jay Prince has pretty much been like the boogeyman who was the shake shifter in Houston, where people are beefing out like that. He's cool with Drake. Kanye, stop that shit. You're not beefing with Drake. Boom. Youngboy has something to say about Drake. Yo, Birdman, pieces together, boom. So he's been a guy who's really been behind the scenes, almost like a puppet master controlling what really goes on. The way I would best describe Jay Prince is someone who's a shadow rarely seen and never heard, but every time he seems to speak in the last couple years, given what happened with Takeoff, which is a whole other story, it pretty much seems to diminish his light. It's crazy to say that Youngboy really outsmarted Jay Prince and made him take the bait, leaving back in 2020, because if Youngboy was foolish, he would have, oh yeah, let me get the keys, and foolishly fell into the trap of, now you owe me, because like I said, nothing in life is free. So I'm gonna get you back your keys for a $500K vehicle and a $250,000 or a $1 million house. There's gonna be some other things you're gonna have to provide as an obligation because of the act of kindness that they did for you. And Youngboy simply wasn't having it, and Jay Prince felt that he was taking his kindness for weakness.
I see you took my kindness for weakness, because you're a dumb boy with limited thinking ability and disrespectful. You're talking slick and acting like you and your brother wasn't down with me letting it be known you were mob ties connected. But I talked to your brother, and I believe every word he said about you knowing because he's been solid with me. I've known your brother for years and never witnessed no weak shit. So OG3, we good. but you seem to be dumber than a box of rocks, so you despise wisdom. What you should be mad about is the lie you live in and the weak-ass security being asleep in front of your house. I bet he lied to you about being asleep. That's free game I just gave you, but it probably went over your head. Let me say this to you, little homie. You're not a friend or enemy today. Let's keep it that way, no matter how hot it gets in Texas. By the way, I'm minding my business. You just too dumb to know Texas is my business. And I will give you whatever you ask for, good or bad.
From looking at this whole situation, I'm not sure if this is a threat or a warning call from J Prince, but Youngboy really pulled J Prince's card and simply wasn't going for the BS. Now, it seems to be more of a principle thing when it comes to YB, because he's like, yo, I'm young, I'm the littest artist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm the voice of the youth, and I'm what people want to hear. And you are basically trying to not really take advantage of me, but finesse me in a way that makes it seem like you're being the good person and a good Samaritan, which was not the case. Now, like I said, J Prince, one of the most favored and loved people in Houston, almost because of his fear. And we all know, respect comes from one thing, fear or admiration. And J Prince has pretty much been that guy behind the scenes that a lot of people were scared of. But this is how Youngboy pretty much just ducked an extortion and plot, which was friendly, because they're not going to put a gun to your face. They'll give you the free lunch or free cookie. And Youngboy ducked off in this and still is running up the charts 5 years later. Now, let me know what you talk about next. It probably will be a little bit topic that's different than YB, because I don't want to tire you guys out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Jared the Star. It's going to be a good summer. Let's get it.